The first thing we want to do is write a matrix equation, and this is going to be it's going to look like that one on number 2. Remember I'm taking the system of equations here and I'm going to rewrite it as a matrix equation. So the first thing I need my coefficient matrix. So I'm going to use 5, -6, 6, and -4. Each of these were multiplied by x and then y, so that's my variable matrix, and then I have my equal sign from right here, and it's equal to 7, -34. So in my calculator, I'm going to call this A and I'm going to call this B, and we can call that matrix X. Now remember, to solve matrices, we cannot divide, but I can multiply by the inverse of A to cancel it out, which means I'm going to do the same thing over here. So my answer, I'm going to enter A and I'm going to enter B on my calculator, and then I'm going to type this on my screen. These are the steps for doing that. So if you need to pause the video here, you can go back to this screen. If you need to look at your video, you need to look at the steps later. I'm going to walk you through this, but I'm going to show it to you on the calculator, but these are the steps. This is exactly the set of buttons that you need to push to be able to do this. So I'll show you how to do it on the calculator. So the first thing we want to do is we want to enter matrix A on the calculator. So we're going to go into second and then the matrix button right here. We want to go over to edit. Now my matrix A is a 2 by 2, and then I'm just going to type in the numbers 5, -6, 6, -4. Okay, now I'm going to go back into matrix and I'm going to edit matrix B. And matrix B is just a 2 rows by 1 column. It's a 2 by 1, and I have a 7 and a -34. Okay, get out of that and go back to the main screen. So now is where I just want to type in A inverse B, and that'll tell me what my answer matrix is. So I'm going to go back into matrix. I'm going to use the name of matrix A, so I'm going to hit enter, and you see A pops up on my screen. Now I want to do the inverse of that, so I'm going to hit this inverse button right here. And now I want to type in matrix B. So I go back into matrix, and I'm going to select the name of B. So you can see I have this typed on my screen, and when I hit enter, I get -14.5, -13.25. So the answer is x equals -14.5, y equals -13.25. It's a much easier way to solve any kind of system of equations rather than graphing them or solving it by elimination or substitution. So that's why matrices are really helpful.